Hi guys, this is Robert Rivera with Trend Academy, and this is weekly recap number 54. I want to encourage everybody to be analyzing these weekly charts. And basically, what I do when I'm doing this is I'm reviewing the trades of the week for me. And I started doing this for me, and then I've basically decided to go ahead and start sharing it with the team. And the idea, basically, what I'm doing when I create these, is this is like a journal of the week. This is like a weekly journal of what happened during the week. How could I have taken it better? How perhaps I missed something, and then what could be happening next week. I think it is beneficial for every new trader to get into the habit of journaling. I was just talking to on one-on-one with somebody, and this is a perfect way. Like set your chart up and put annotations on it, just like you see these notes on over here. Put annotations on it, like this is your setup. This is what you're looking at, right? You could put here whatever you want to say about it, right? Price dropped, came, return to the trend line, drop, return to the trend line. You have a golden zone, you have an inner trend line, you have an outer trend line. Whatever you want to write. Obviously, this is the beautiful thing about the picture is that you don't have to write the words. You can see what you're talking about, and so you don't have to write them, and so you don't have to remember what is it that you were looking at. You went ahead and zoned everything and marked up everything, so obviously you can see what you were thinking. And then if you have any notes about how emotionally you were in the trading, like if you were afraid, if you were anxious or whatever, nervous, you can put those things in your notes so as to refer back to it at the end of the week when you're studying what happened in the week and see, oh, well, I should have not been nervous about that because this, that, whatever. You know what I mean? Again, I'm just giving you a brief introduction into why I started doing this and how you can take advantage of by doing it yourself, and hopefully this will be a benefit to you. Okay, so this is the first trade of the week. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't count my pips. I'm gonna have to do that here after. Give me a second. I'll come right back. Okay, I'm back. So let's go back to the beginning. Okay, here you go. Here's the outer trend line. Here's the inner trend line. And we're looking basically for price. If it breaks the inner trend line, this is the reasoning, guys, for those of you who are brand new. The reasoning for the second trend line is if it breaks the inner trend line, it usually goes to the outer trend line. So that kind of gauges or gives you an idea of where it can go to. Obviously, you have other markers here. You have the golden zone also as a marker that could be used. But the outer trend line, look at how it's respecting it, right? So you got to pay attention to that. Okay, let's see the results. Okay, so here you have the breakout, right? It broke. This is on the 30-minute now. And what was the setup on? The setup was on the hour, and this is the 30-minute. So we have the break over the 50 moving average. Okay, we have the break of the trend line and a push up. A push. This is the actual breakout candle, right? This is the one that closed outside of the zone. This is the one that closed outside of the zone, and this is the continuation, and this is the retest. And notice again, because some people were saying you got faked out, that this was a fake out. No, it's not a fake out. Fake out is when the next candle comes back inside. All right, so it broke out, kept going, hits the outer trend line and drops. Okay, comes back, does a retest of 24 pips. Not bad. Usually the retest usually pays out a whole lot more than the breakout, but in this case, it didn't. This is all it paid. Actually, it paid better than this. It moved further after that, but this is really what we could have caught. So this is what I'm counting, okay? Because after this, we're in bed, right? So it broke out, hits the outer trend line, win, 24 pips. Okay, let's go to the next setup. Next setup is GBP USD. Nice wedge, beautiful wedge. Okay, it's been dropping. We see the retest. We see the retest, and now it's moving away from the wedge, right? Perhaps another inner trend line here. I don't. I didn't feel that I could have put it on the bodies here, but for some reason, I don't know, the action or something, I don't know, and I don't really remember what happened here, but I felt like the action was bearish enough with the 50 moving average coming down that the 50 moving average would be pushing it down. Let's see what happened. And so sure enough, it kept going down. So again, look at this, guys. Here comes the first attempt at breakout, right? Here comes the first attempt at breakout, the one that we don't take. Remember that for those of you who are brand new, okay? This is the drop that you don't take, the breakout. Now, Once you're experienced and you are willing and able to hold on to a trade when it goes against you, when it starts pushing against you, that's fine. Because again, as you can see, this retraced, right? This retraced. And so that retracement would have freaked out a lot of people. It dropped, pulled back. Now you take this breakout. This is the breakout that you take. Okay. Now, those of you who've watched the pullback video, you know what I'm talking about. Those of you who took the first attempt to break out, there was no reason to get out. Here would have your stop loss would have been above this over here. It came close to it. It came really close to it, but it didn't hit it. Okay. And then it kept going down. It broke out, came back, retested, and dropped. Clean, clean, clean action. 47 pips, breakout with retest, 0 drawdown. Very, very nice action on that one. Okay. Next, we have gold on another beautiful wedge. Okay, this is very nice. Touch, rejection, touch, rejection, touch, rejection, 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 drop really hard, comes back, golden zone. Okay, we have the zone, we have the price zone, and we have the golden zone. To me, this is speaking of sells. Okay, but again, we remain vigilant to whatever could happen. Again, I am feeling like this is going down. And it did. It rejected at the golden zone and starts dropping. I missed this drop right here. I missed this drop right here. I caught the one of the break of the wedge, but this I missed. This would have been very, very nice right here. From here, it would have been a lot more comfortable to catch that sell from here with the stop loss being right above. Okay, it kept dropping cleanly. Again, I'm showing this on the hour because it was cleaner to see on the hour than on the 30-minute. It dropped, it closed outside, retest, and drops. I gave you 9 pip drawdown in case you took this when it was going up. Okay. Now, if you watch my how to take our setups, I always ask you to wait for the rejection candle, right? The rejection candle is the wick, like let's say like this wick right here, right? Like this wick right here. This was green all the way up here, right? Green, 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 green. Once it starts coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down, and you see you have this wick as rejection, and it breaks the bottom of this support right here. You can see that support, right, guys? You can see that support right there. It breaks that support. That's a go. Okay. Now that's a go. Now, still, the stop loss is still up here, right? Because the price was willing to go all the way up there. But you have pretty good confidence that this is going to be a sell after that wick going down like so. Okay. Especially again at an area where you expect it to reject. It's not just anywhere. It's an area you expect it to reject, okay, based on the market structure and the price action. So again, it dropped, broke outside, retested, dropped 67 pips, breakout with retest. Very nice, very clean, another clean trade. Okay, this is gold again. The next day, this is the first, and you see consolidation going on in this area. This is very clean. This was so clean. This was beautiful, okay, to watch, actually. And now we wait to see what happens. Okay, it doesn't really matter which way it goes, but we can see how it's kind of gathering momentum to the upside. All right, let's see what we got. Sure enough, it kept going. Okay, broke, retested, and took off. All right, 68 pips, breakout with retest, 0 drawdown. Okay, so all the trades this week were breakouts and retests. That's good for us, right? Since that's the bread and butter that we teach. There were no fake outs that we counted on to trade. I didn't see any that could have been taken advantage of. They were all clean breakouts and retests for a total of 224 pips on our setups, on my setups, with 9 drawdown. That's 56 pips per trade, guys, on average for the week. And it's just pretty much what we average, about 40, 50 every week. 56 pips per trade with 9 drawdowns, and they were all breakouts and retests. I felt that was clean action all week. And it being NFP week, that's amazing, okay? Because usually on NFP week, you get breakouts and no retest. So it was very nice to see the action as it was this week. Okay, let's go see what we can anticipate for the week. Let's see. Okay, so this is a bigger picture. GBP Canada. Okay, it's amazing because I mentioned on the last recap that I made, which was during when this candle happened, that this was looking bullish. It was looking bullish, but again, there was resistance here. I was really anticipating that it would wick down and then break through the top because of the continued move up. But instead, and I didn't mention it in the video, If it rejects, it'll go to this support over here. And sure enough, that's what it did. It broke and it went to that support. Now it attempted to go back up and it dropped again. This is looking bearish. Okay. This is looking bearish, at least to this minor zone over here. All right. So again, rejection from the top. The next candle rejects also. That could keep coming down. Now again, coming down to right here and then probably go back up to test the trend line. Now we have news coming, so that may affect how actions, but again, look how it's respecting this trend line. It respected it from the top, now it's respecting it from the bottom. We need a break of this in order for this to become bullish. Okay, so as of right now, GBP Canada remains bearish. Now, doesn't mean it can't push up, okay, but until it breaks through here, this remains bearish. All right, let's go to GBP NZD. GBP NZD was bullish, as I mentioned in the last video, was bullish, but it was going to run into this resistance over here. Okay. And given the last rejection that were here, we knew there were going to be sell orders at this area. So sure enough, it wicked up, rejected, dropped. This was the previous week. And now this week it went up a little bit and then rejected all the way down. Okay. This is looking like it's bearish again in the stochastic RSI. It's pushing to the downside, or this is showing like it's pushing to the downside. And again, this is being the weekly. It's very possible that we will see this come all the way down to test the 50 again. And interestingly enough, again, this is the channel, right? It's been since 2016, respecting the channel. It disrespected the channel over here, and then finally went back into the channel, and now it's holding inside the channel. Now it's trying to gather momentum to the upside. It doesn't have a lot of it yet. So, because it has to break through all this over here in order to be able to push up. So I'm thinking, again, it's going to come down to test over here, push, and then go back up. We shall see. If that's not likely to happen all at once during the week. It's more likely that what we'll see this coming week is for this to keep coming down to test the bottom of this. So GBP NZD could drop for 250 to 300 pips. That's what I'm anticipating. All right, let's go to gold. Gold was interesting because gold did this huge, massive drop, right? Huge, massive drop. Stopped right there, just exactly at this zone over here, and starts pushing back up. Now, the next week, this week, it dropped again and it pushed back up. So it's respecting this area as support. It's respecting this area as support. What could happen? Well, there's a couple of ways of looking at this, and this is interesting. I thought about pulling a fib. I wasn't sure pulling a fib from here or from here. I'm thinking I'm going to pull a fib from this right here. In fact, I already did. The fib from here to here has a retracement going the 61.8 to the top of this zone right here. Okay, 61.8 is the top of this zone right here. So I anticipate that gold will remain bullish going up to the 61.8 and then reject from 61.8 for a moment. And then we'll see what else is going to do, because you can see from the weekly, okay, that it is almost at the bottom already. It is almost at the bottom of the stochastic RSI, and it could start pushing back up. If you look at the stochastic RSI through in the weekly with the action here, you can see how it relates to exactly how price moved. Okay, exactly how price moved. And then this kind of flattened out over here, came and dropped a little bit more, went all the way up, curled down and dropped just like that. Now it's getting ready to push back up. So I'm thinking again that it could maybe stall for here for a minute, push back up to 61.8, and then we'll know whether it's going to continue bullish, breaking up the highs, or coming down. I mean, this high is higher than this high, just slightly, but it was higher than this high, but not higher than these other ones, right? So the next action is going to tell, and then this low is higher than these lows. So we're kind of creating a wedge, aren't we? Let's go to do that real quick. We are creating a wedge, or price action is creating a wedge. We're not doing anything. Let's be clear about that. We're not doing anything. All right. Something like so is wedging in there, right? Because it's created a new high, higher than this, and this low is higher than this one. All right. So let's see what happens right in here. This is what we're looking at. Okay, let me go ahead and close it like that, make it a little cleaner, right? And we'll be looking at what happens. This is going to be explosive. This is going to be explosive. One way or another, this is going to be explosive. It's going to look good. Okay. And then finally, let's go to GBP USD. I thought this was an interesting study on GBP USD. I pointed this out to the team on NFP Friday. Obviously, it was not to be traded, but just look at this, guys. This is the 30-minute. Drops, golden zone, drops, golden zone, drops, golden zone, drops, golden zone, where it rejected. This was Friday. Where rejected and push back up to the next golden zone, rejects. Let's go to the hour. This is how it looks like in the hour. Okay. So the 4 hour. This is what it looks like in the 4 hour. All right. Look how clean this action is compared to the 15-minute. Okay. Let's go to the daily. Even cleaner, right? While there was a whole bunch of up and downs, during the weekly and the 30-minute, during the 30-minute, the 15-minute, all that, look how clean. This was coming down all along. This is the importance of keeping an eye on the higher time frame, right? This was coming down all along. It was up and down, up and down, up and down. Talking about wave theory, right? Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Finally, found support. Let's see where it found support. So I found support at this whole area of support over here. Found support, push back up. Now we shall see where it goes. This is the golden zone of this daily move, okay? Golden zone of the daily move, likely place where it's going to retrace to. So I'm thinking that it's looking bullish. GBP USD is looking bullish, at least until it hits the golden zone, and that's a whole bunch of pips. All right, the stochastic RSI is at the bottom. Let's go see what it looks like on the weekly. The stochastic RSI is at the bottom also, guys. Stochastic RSI at the bottom on the weekly and at the bottom on the daily. Ooh, baby, what's that gonna happen? What is going to happen? I'm thinking this wick right here, rejecting all of this. It looks red right here, but on the daily, it's looking much stronger, okay? On the 4 hour, it's looking even stronger. All right, so I think we have our reversal from the downward action. We'll go back to the daily. I think we have a reversal of this action, okay? Perhaps only to retest the golden zone and then drop, but that's where it's going to be tested, okay? Again, guys, this is Robert Rivera with Trend Trading Academy. I'm very happy that to be back doing these weekly recaps. I'm extremely busy at the moment getting stuff done for our move. Yay! We have a holiday on Monday, so there will not be a class on Monday. I'll see what I can do about making that up to you guys. I'm not sure I can, but I'll see what I can do. Enjoy your holiday. For those of you in the US, happy Independence Day. And for those of you who are outside in the world, not in the US, make sure you're taking the time to study and prepare for the week, because it's going to be a hot one. I think this week is going to be a hot one too. Again, God bless you guys, and I'm checking out. Peace.